Hey guys, I'm back vlogging again, and if I manage to upload this vlog today, it'll be my third vlog of the day. So the question is, I've been asking myself prior to starting this camera rolling, is how many other vloggers upload 3 vlogs in a day? And I'm sure the answer must be not many. So it's a bit of a worrying thought. It's a bit weird, I suppose. But I just used my calculator and worked this statistic out. I've uploaded now 25 videos onto YouTube. And I've got 500 views, right? So I went on my mathematical mind, and basically that works out 20 views on average per upload. Now that's not bad, I don't mind, I'm quite happy with that. But I asked myself, out of those 20, is it me that's watching all these? Because I watch my own YouTube videos, you know, and that's a bit weird because I'm making all these YouTube videos and then I'm watching them all of the time, and it's kind of like you're walking around all the time thinking, am I YouTubing myself now? So I'm YouTubing myself now, but like when I wasn't YouTubing myself, I thought I was YouTubing myself, thinking about YouTubing myself, you know. So it's becoming a bit of an obsession, but I'm sure that I haven't watched more than 20 videos on average of my uploads, you know. So there are people watching that aren't me. I'm sure of that, so I'm not going crazy. But it is an interesting concept that I'm watching YouTube all the time and then just going on YouTube, watching myself and doing it. And the other day, I thought it'd be funny, but this was before we went on holiday, I did a YouTube of myself watching myself on YouTube, and I thought that was weird. And how many people have done that? It's just all a bit bizarre. This YouTube experience is essentially what I'm saying, and it's not driving me crazy, but I can well see how it could, because you become almost like the center of your own world. You're very self-centered, and that's not me as a person, but I can see how that would happen. Just talking to myself walking along, and then this evening I'll watch myself talking to myself, and I might even YouTube myself doing it, Jensen. It's just all a bit mind-boggling what I'm saying. So anyway, after all that nonsense, let's just get this straight. We're out for a walk, and we're not going to go far, Jensen, because it's like gone 5 o'clock. The sun's going to be setting in, well, less than an hour then, because it's setting at 6 today. And so we're only going to manage to fit in about 3 miles. And also, my batteries, I've only got one full battery, and they don't last super long. So, you know, I won't get all the walk in if I just continue to natural go too far rather. So this walk we've done loads of times. It's just across the fields to Hanwell. You go kind of through those woods, and then up through that top field over there, and then loop back to Banbury, which is over there, and it'll be about 3 miles anyway. I don't even have to kind of go a bit further or cut it short. It's pretty much bang on 3. Yeah, so that conversation, it was a bit weird, but that's kind of how you feel a bit as a YouTuber, and I wonder if other YouTubers experience that as well, and I think they probably do, and maybe they start off watching themselves even as their channel is a fledgling, and you know, they think these same thoughts, but then of course you can't watch every video all the time, particularly if you're uploading them. You'll get to the stage where you're doing nothing but watching yourself, and that's a bit like looking into a mirror, and then there's a mirror and it bouncing off the reflections endlessly of YouTubing and living your life as a YouTuber. But here's something. What am I going to do with the channel? Because I want to make it interesting, and I'm not very good at like getting drones up in the air or editing, anything like that, and it's something which I potentially could be good at, and I have chatted about this before a little bit, but I'm just happy to make them pretty raw and chat like this. So here's something that you don't know about me. I like to write short stories, and I have many ideas for like little short stories, but I never do anything with them. So I figured what I could do would be to incorporate them into my YouTube channel, and then people could watch me reciting a short story whilst actually doing a bit of a walk, because you just don't want to hear me waffling on. So I could be reading you a short story composed by myself whilst doing a walk. And I've got a few ideas. What I need to start doing is getting my computer out in the evening and just rattling out a 200-word short story, which wouldn't take more than like 2 or 3 days to make it good. So you could just write one quickly and it'd be nonsense, but you know, you've got to write it out and then review it and adjust it. And, you know, as long as you've got the basic idea where you want it to go, then fleshing it out is okay, but you can't do it like overnight. But you can if you really know the story well. I've already got one which I wrote for a short story 200-word competition, which is fun. It's about witches and turning men into mice, which I thought was good. So I could read that out on one of my vlogs, and also just that scenario. We're not going this way. I've taken the wrong turn. That scenario about like an artist who kind of becomes obsessed maybe with painting portraits or something, but he finds that the portrait he likes painting the most is of himself. So he becomes kind of like his own idol. I don't know, something like that. That's something, an idea or a concept you could work into a short story. Yes, so short stories is one idea. Now I've got to get through all this mud, which is quite impressive. I could go around it, but where's the fun in that? Because I've got my wellies on. So let's welly boot through this, and then I am going to take a pause. Yeah, squelchy, slippery, but yeah, just got through it all right. Okay, a man walking his dog. Yeah, that's quite a hill, really, with the weight on your back, and the going is a little bit slippery underfoot, so you have to be a bit careful. But yeah, not too bad. So here's another thought, and I'm kind of like recording as they're popping into my mind, because there's a few things that I wanted to say. So the other thought occurs to me: why am I doing so much YouTubing? You know, and the name of the channel, or the name I wanted to give it originally, and I haven't worked out how to name it correctly. I wanted to call it Walk, Run, Bike, which is kind of like, that's how you kind of like at walk, run, bike. I don't understand it. But the reason of that, of course, is that I want to show you walking as well as running. So I've been doing quite a lot of running, and of course cycling, and my main sport really is cycling. And you know, you've got to train hard at that, and with running as well, to be good at anything in life. You know, you've got to work hard at it, and that's, you know, everything, every facet. And for me, cycling is probably like my chosen sport. So, you know, you've got to train hard, and the idea I had was basically that I would be having like rides, and I will do more, particularly when the summer comes, and showing me riding my bike, doing like chain gang, bit of gravel too, I suppose, just for fun, that people could watch, kind of inspiration, what have you, kind of like the idea. But at the moment, when the weather's been naff and I've got into this whole YouTube thing, I've been doing this quite a lot as well. And the thought occurred to me, you know, like my nature, my character as a person is that basically I want to be good at the things that I do. So things that interest me, I want to be good at. So that's why I cycle and I train, or I run, you know, and even walking is good exercise. But uploading 3 videos a day, 3 YouTube vlogs, and just thinking about YouTubing all the time, that's quite an idea. I want to get good at it, you know. But so I kind of like treat this as kind of like a training, you know. So I've got my batteries, and I've got just a little bag that I can carry all my YouTubing paraphernalia in, and it's kind of like training. I'm doing all this training so I can be a good YouTuber, and then people can say like, oh yeah, you know, that guy who walks around a lot, runs and cycles, and you know, has a bit of a chat, and you know, he's pretty decent. So that's why I do so many, and I think that I've done pretty well. You know, I'm not the best. The whole idea of like drones and stuff, I kind of wasn't really interested in it, but I feel like I'm becoming more natural and getting more confident, and like within a month, I think going back to my first YouTubes and then doing this one, I'm talking a lot easier. I don't have to stop and like go like, oh yeah, look, there's a tree, because I can come up with content, you know, through my own self. It might not be interesting, but it's just me musing about life. But that's, I suppose, kind of one of the things. It's not so much an obsession, but me as a character, if I'm doing something, I want to be good at it, and I don't want to be like someone who's a bit rubbish. Anyway, it's another subject that popped into my mind. Let's just walk on a bit, Jensen, and think about other things. Yes. Okay. So, the thought next occurs to me, why do you want to be good at this sort of thing? And the answer to that question is this, and I've talked about it before. If you're a YouTuber, people are going to be able to watch you in the future, in time, for many years. and it's a record, really, I think, of who you are as a person, you know, and I was a man who lived in this time, and I suppose that's why I want to be good at it, because I want to be able to reach out in time and in the future, and for people to say, you know, this man lived, and this is what he did, and that kind of thing can endure. And Jensen, you can see this when you're older, and who knows where I'll be, what I'll be doing. Hopefully I'll be with you and by your side and within your life, but you know, whatever fate may befall us, or before the world, before fall, you know, here I am. And then you can watch the channel and basically see me going on about nonsense and say, you know what, he wasn't too bad a guy, he was alright. And I watched some of his content, he mumbled on a bit, and he liked cycling, I think, and walking and running, and just had a bit of a chat along the way. Oh. So that's, I suppose, why I want to be good at YouTube and why I'm doing so much at the moment. Not that I'm going crazy, but I do feel that it might be possible, Jensen. So maybe people will remember me as the first man that was driven mad by YouTube. No. I love nature, I love the world. Coming back from Tunisia recently and just getting to know a few of the Tunisian people. Just makes you realise that the world might be a scary place and kind of dark things going on, but Tunisian people and people that I've met through all my travels all over the world, you know, are always friendly and welcoming, and I think generally the population of the world want the same thing, which is just to be healthy and happy and, you know, love with their families, and peace. They don't want war. No one wants to die or you know, have to end their life fighting. And I think that as human beings, if we just kind of each one shared what was important to them, and everybody wrote it down, for instance, on a piece of paper, or vlogged it as a YouTuber, they would pretty much say the same things. Yeah, we just want to be happy and healthy in our lives, and respectful to others, and, you know, treated well, and as we would expect to be treated, you know, as travellers in another land, and we were welcomed very much, and that's how we should also be welcoming and treating people into our lives. Anyway, that's why I want to be a good YouTuber, so that people can hear things that, you know, not only that I trained pretty hard, but kind of okay, but, you know, I could be a good YouTuber as well, and I could express my views on the world, and if I was half decent, people might listen, and that would make the whole experience worthwhile, I suppose. Okay. Back on this path, we know this one pretty well. The time is getting on for, what now, 2 miles, So 5:20, and sunset's at 6, so 20 minutes. So we could pretty much complete the walk with the sun setting. We could try and squeeze in an extra sort of 10 minutes, so we could actually vlog the sunset from a nicer vista. Yeah, let's try and do that. The downside of that plan is that because I'm not a good YouTuber, or quite up to the level that we would like, is that my battery life isn't that great, because I've already had one battery run out, Jensen, and the battery that's left on here remaining is an unknown quantity, because it doesn't really display how many minutes it's got left. Battery life just 3 bars. We're down to 2 bars. We've been down to 2 bars for quite a while, which means then we'll be down to 1 bar, and then from 1 bar there's only a little bit left. I should also introduce a bit of comedy into my YouTube videos. Watching my YouTube videos, I look like I'm lost a lot of the time, so I could you know, have fun a bit more in places like, I don't know, walk into a shop that sells clothes and go up to the counter and ask for a pint of lager. Something like that, that would just make people think I'm mad. This is one of my favourite fields. I really do like this one here. And it was one of the fields, I think, that was in jeopardy of being developed upon when the housing estate was proposed that would connect then Banbury to the village of Hanwell. So I'm thankful to the villagers of Hanwell that that didn't go ahead, and they're campaigning to maintain Hanwell as a village and as a rural location rather than being sucked up by the town of Banbury. It's interesting to see just the extent of the housing development going on over there. They're cracking on with it in no time, and the countryside has been lost, but that's what it looks like on the Warwick Road just now, where there used to be trees and fields. Soon there'll be houses. So I'm following the diverted footpath through the edge of this new housing estate here, and the footpath itself is just a bit of rough land, but I used to run pretty much just at the side of this gate and then down to those trees, and then that's where the golf club used to be. I remember the golf club being there. Pretty much where that JCB sits now used to be like a putting green, and then just maybe where these containers are now was like the clubhouse. Been in there, I think there was a bar, and I guess they used to serve food, I don't know. And then the footpath actually used to go like beyond those pipes. I don't know if you can see them, but there's some trees, and it used to run alongside this expanse that we'll see just beyond these containers, and this was a driving range. So this field we can see up here, Jensen, people used to, right about here, used to be a row of tees and then they used to just have, like, you know, distance markers in this field, and you used to walk along those row of trees that you can see there, and you used to worry all the time that golf balls would come hurtling towards you, because they didn't have any nets or anything like that, and a wayward golf ball would knock you down, and you used to get them rolling along the path and people shouting like golf ball or ball whenever these golfers shout. And it was kind of fun. There was an element of danger to it, but it wasn't really wasn't super dangerous, but you know, I would imagine 1 in 1,000 people probably got hit by a golf ball. Well, if there was 1 in 1,000, they probably would have put nets up. Probably the likelihood was a lot lower than that. Yeah, so kind of done a little bit extra around the field here, so I wanted to try and get a bit of a better view of the sunset, but essentially I'm just in amongst this as the sun's setting now. There is a bit of colour in the sky, but nothing amazing. Just to think, a couple of days ago I was watching the sunset whilst walking along the Tunisian beach. Jensen, well, we were, and now we're here back in good old Banbury. Why on earth am I here? Somebody please drag me away somewhere else. I don't mind, I'm quite happy in Banbury. I suppose experiencing different cultures and going on holiday is what life is about, and it'd be nice to be constantly on holiday, but then I think you'd get bored of it after a while, and maybe life will seem vacuous, I don't know. But do like being on holiday, Jensen. Let's go on holiday again and do some more vlogs. Where should we go next on a adventure abroad? Yeah, I was hoping, oh man, I was hoping that I'd be able to go down that way, but I'm stuck now in the railings, and my life is being dictated by these tall railings either side of me and a narrow path which I must walk. So I can't go too much to the left or to the right, but must remain on this path. I suppose we're tired of it today, Jensen. That's why we didn't go on a run or go on a cycle. Because we're on Tunisian time, and they were an hour ahead of us. So basically, Jensen, you woke up at about 5:30 this morning, which was a little bit on the early side, even for you. And I did have an idea to go and do park run and vlog, and that's something I really want to do, the Banbury park run vlog, but I just didn't have the motivation to do it this morning. Where has this path taken us? That was where the path used to go along, these trees. So this is the original path again we're on now. It's still surrounded by all this railing. When are you going to finish railing? It was always a nice set of trees there. You used to see deer in those trees. Okay. So, have we reached the end of the diversion? And come back and watch this channel in a year's time and you will see nothing but houses here. Won't that be exciting, YouTube viewers? No, it bloody won't. Okay, that's in the diversion, and I'm going to loop around here, but I'm going to have to do an outro on this particular episode because of the battery situation. Cheryl from Acaso, where are my batteries? They're going to be along soon enough, gents, and we can vlog all the time. They're like 2-hour-long vlogs that no one will watch. Let's watch Luke on YouTube for 2 hours. Megzy. Get the popcorn. Get the vegan popcorn, darling. Let's watch this. No, darling. Okay, that's what the sunset looks like today here in Banbury, looking out over this little lake and this bit of scrubland that used to be an immaculate golf course. Jensen, did you have a good time? I hope so. Thank you for watching, YouTubers, fans of the channel. It is actually now 6:04 and I just check my Strava to see how far walking is going now. Yeah, just over 3 miles, so coming up to the 5k point, so a good point to sign off. And basically what we're going to do is walk down here, and then it's getting dark so you probably won't see now, but just at the bottom of this drop there's a path that goes through this field and back into Banbury in the housing estate that way. So it'll be pushing 4 miles, but I don't think we'll hit 4 miles by the time we're back. It's been fun. Again, YouTube obsession. 3 YouTube vlogs done in a day. One in Banbury this morning, this one, and then the other one, which is just the bonus vlog of Tunisia. Time to go, guys. Thanks for watching, and I might do one tomorrow. Or maybe I'll do one later on today. Oh dear.